Have you ever wondered what makes someone so unique that they're literally one in a million? Today, let's meet 20 people who defy the odds of nature itself. These aren't just rare medical cases. These are incredible human stories of resilience, courage, and the amazing diversity of human existence. Manpreet Singh is a man from India, whose body stopped growing when he was a baby, around 6 to 12 months old, before he could walk or talk. Born in 1995 in Punjab, he is now in his late 20s, but is still only about 58 centimeters tall and roughly 6.8 kg. With the size and mental development of a young toddler, doctors think his condition is caused by a hormone problem, possibly a form of growth hormone deficiency or Laron syndrome. But his family cannot afford the expensive tests needed to confirm a clear diagnosis. Manpreet is the son of Jagtar Singh and Manjeet Kaur, and has a brother and a sister, but he has spent most of his life living with his aunt and uncle in Hisar, who care for him full-time. He cannot walk and can say only a few simple words, so he mainly expresses himself through sounds and gestures. People in his community lovingly call him Baba, and some worship him as the incarnation of a Hindu god, while his family see him as a blessing, and is thankful for the support they receive from the people around them. Do you believe Manpreet's resilience and the love surrounding him make his story one of the most extraordinary you've ever heard? Let me know if you think yes, like me. Now let's see what happens when a child is born unable to breathe properly from day one. Caitlyn is a young woman born with a condition similar to Pierre-Robin sequence, a rare congenital disorder that appears at birth and is marked by a very small lower jaw, a tongue that can fall back toward the throat, and significant breathing and feeding problems. In many severe cases, doctors must perform surgeries to reconstruct the jaw and improve airway function, and some procedures may involve bone grafts. Children with this condition often need long-term medical care, but many are still able to develop their own talents, participate in activities they enjoy, and lead active lives as they grow older. Like many people who face congenital medical challenges, individuals with Pierre-Robin sequence often show remarkable determination, using their strength and perseverance to pursue education, hobbies, and personal goals despite the difficulties caused by their condition. If you think that condition is rare, wait until you meet someone whose appearance is so unique that fewer than 250 people worldwide share her diagnosis. Michelle Kish, often spelt Michelle, is a woman who lives with Hallermann-Streiff syndrome, a very rare congenital disorder that affects the skull, facial structure, hair, teeth, eyes, and overall growth. People with HSS often have a small lower jaw, a narrow or beak-shaped nose, proportionate short stature, sparse hair, dental abnormalities, and sometimes vision problems. Because of these features, individuals with HSS may be mistaken for children even when they are grown. Fewer than 200 to 250 cases have been described in the medical literature around the world. There is currently no cure. Treatment focuses on managing symptoms such as eye problems, dental issues, and ensuring safe airways. But what about someone who looks like a teenager, even in his 30s? The next story will challenge everything you think about aging. Denis Vashurin is a man from a village in the Krasnoyarsk region of Russia, whose appearance, even in his 30s, strongly resembles that of a young teenager. According to his birth certificate, he was born in 1987, but because he has grown much more slowly than others, many people assume he is a child. Since early childhood and through adolescence, his growth lagged behind his peers, and as an adult, he still looks very youthful. Because of this, he often needs to show his ID to prove he is an adult, and he says he has repeatedly sought medical evaluations, but doctors were unable to establish a clear reason for his apparently arrested physical growth. Despite this, he works, has a partner, and tries to lead a normal life. His case remains medically unexplained to the public. There is no published evidence of a confirmed diagnosis, such as growth hormone deficiency. Now, from slowed growth to something completely different, what if you were born with more fingers and toes than you could count? Who reportedly has 12 fingers and 19 toes, because she was born with extra digits. Media reports describe her as about 63 years old and living in the Ganjam district. She says that due to superstition and social stigma in her village, she was often called a witch and felt forced to stay inside her home. Polydactyly itself is a well-known congenital condition, and extra digits are seen in roughly 1 out of every 500 to 1,000 births on average, depending on ethnicity and region. Did you like this video? Don't just stop at the like button. If you're watching on your phone, hit that hype too. It helps the channel out, and I'm excited to continue bringing you more awesome content. Next, let's see what it would be like if the body gradually turned into bone. Ashley Kurpiel is an American woman living with fibrodysplasia ossificans progressiva, an extremely rare genetic disorder in which muscles, tendons, and ligaments gradually form extra bone, limiting movement over time. FOP is known to affect only a small number of patients worldwide, with about 800 documented cases in medical registries. According to Ashley, she was misdiagnosed as a child and was forced to have her arm and shoulder amputated before doctors later determined she had FOP. As the condition progressed, she experienced increasing restrictions in mobility and continues to manage the gradual changes caused by the disorder. Despite these challenges, Ashley maintains a positive outlook and focuses on living meaningfully, while hoping that future treatments will improve life for others affected by FOP. Shiloh Pepin was born with a rare congenital condition called cyrinomyelia, also known as mermaid syndrome, which caused her legs to be fused together and led to severe malformations of internal organs. According to medical reports, she was born with only one partially functioning kidney, lacked a lower colon and genital organs, and had no bladder. Despite the grim outlook, most babies with this condition do not survive. Shiloh underwent a kidney transplant early in her childhood, followed by another transplant in 2007, and lived until she was 10 years old. Her story attracted attention because she was among the very few known survivors of cyrinomyelia to reach childhood and beyond. She passed away in October 2009 at a Maine hospital after developing pneumonia. Do you think Shiloh's strength and survival for 10 years despite such overwhelming medical challenges is one of the most inspiring stories you've heard? Let's discuss in the comments section. Abigail and Brittany Hensel are American conjoined twins, born in 1990 as dicephalic parapicus twins, meaning they have two heads sharing one body. Each twin controls one arm and one leg. From early childhood, they learn to coordinate every movement together, from walking and writing to everyday tasks. They attended school and later graduated from Bethel University with teaching degrees. As adults, they worked together as fifth-grade teachers in Minnesota. Despite their unusual condition, they have shown that coordination, cooperation, and determination can enable a functional, meaningful life with purpose and normal routines. Our next individual shows what happens when determination alone becomes a superpower. Zion Clark was born without legs due to a rare disorder called caudal regression syndrome. He spent his early childhood in foster homes after being abandoned at birth, and he has spoken publicly about facing neglect, abuse, and hardship during those years. At age 17, a woman adopted him and gave him a stable home and support. With determination and hard work, Zion developed his strength through wrestling and athletics. He went on to become a record-holding athlete, including holding the Guinness World Record for the fastest 20-meter walk on his hands with 4.78 seconds. He later published a memoir called Zion Unmatched about his life journey, and he continues his career as an athlete, motivational speaker, and professional competitor, a powerful example of resilience and perseverance. Supatra Sasuphan is a Thai woman born around August 15, 1999. As a child, she was diagnosed with a rare genetic condition known as Ombra syndrome, a form of hypertrichosis, sometimes called werewolf syndrome, which caused excessive hair growth all over her face, ears, limbs, back, and body. In 2010, when she was still a child, Supatra was officially recognized by Guinness World Records as the hairiest girl in the world. During her school years, she reportedly faced teasing and bullying. Her peers nicknamed her Wolf Girl, Monkey Face, etc., but she maintained a confident and positive attitude. As she grew older, Supatra chose to shave the hair from her face to make daily life easier and to shape her own identity on her terms. Today, her story is often described not just in terms of her physical condition, but as one of resilience, acceptance, and transformation, a journey that challenges stereotypes and highlights inner strength and self-acceptance. Arpit Gohil, from India, is widely reported in the media to have been born with ectopia cordis, a rare congenital condition in which the heart develops outside the ribcage and is protected only by a thin layer of skin. Doctors initially believed his chances of survival were extremely low and warned that even minor injury could be life-threatening. Yet Arpit exceeded expectations and lived into his teenage years, often described as a medical miracle. According to published reports, he participated in many normal childhood activities, working on his family's farm, climbing trees, and playing with friends, while remaining vulnerable to injury and infection. Although his story has appeared in news features and human interest articles, detailed medical documentation is limited, so some aspects of his long-term prognosis remain uncertain. Tina Earls, often mistakenly referred to as Tina Earhart, is an American woman who was diagnosed with nasal cancer around 2014. After learning that treatment would require extensive radiation and multiple surgeries, she chose instead to undergo a full rhinectomy to stop the cancer from spreading. Tina later shared her story publicly, describing how she refused a prosthetic nose due to skin irritation and has since used her experience to raise awareness about nasal cancer, encouraging people to seek medical attention for persistent symptoms such as unexplained lumps, chronic nasal blockage, or sinus problems. Her openness about living without a nose has been covered in several human interest articles, including Newsweek, where she emphasizes early detection and self-acceptance. Now let's travel back in time. Long before modern medicine, one man shocked crowds with an ability no one could explain. Felix Wehrle, born on May 19, 1858, in Grant County, Wisconsin, was a well-known 19th-century sideshow performer who gained fame as the Elastic Skin Man. Archival photographs preserved in collections, such as the Barnum and Bailey Circus Archives at Princeton University, show Wehrle displaying strikingly stretchable skin and unusually flexible joints, traits that modern commentators often attribute to a connective tissue disorder, such as Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, although no definitive medical diagnosis from his lifetime exists. Wehrle toured on the museum and sideshow circuit during the era when human curiosities were popular attractions, and his exhibitions of hyperelastic skin made him one of the most recognizable performers of his kind. While some genealogical sources suggest he later married a woman named Mary and had daughters, these biographical details remain unverified and rely largely on user-submitted records rather than primary documentation. Although often mentioned alongside other elastic performers, what is reliably known about him is preserved mainly through period photographs and circus memorabilia, making him one of the earliest visually documented individuals with symptoms resembling modern descriptions of Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, even if this diagnosis cannot be confirmed. Devendra Suthar, a carpenter from Gujarat, India, is recognized by Guinness World Records as the living person with the most fingers and toes, having 14 fingers and 14 toes, due to a congenital condition known as polydactyly, which causes the development of extra digits. Although his condition allows him to perform everyday tasks, he must take extra precautions while working with tools, as his additional fingers are more vulnerable to accidental injury. He has also noted that finding comfortable footwear can be challenging, since his feet require specially adjusted shoes to accommodate the 7 toes on each foot. Despite the difficulties, Devendra has expressed that he considers his extra digits a blessing and refuses to have them surgically removed, believing they bring him good luck. His unusual anatomy and positive outlook have garnered significant media attention, making him well known both in India and internationally through human interest reports and his official Guinness recognition. Luna Fenner, a girl from Florida born in 2019, gained widespread media attention due to a large congenital melanocytic nevus, a rare pigmented birthmark that covered much of her face in a pattern resembling a Batman mask. Although the nevus itself was not cancerous, its size placed her at an elevated lifetime risk of developing melanoma, which led her parents to seek treatment. Unable to find a suitable option in the United States, they traveled multiple times to Russia, where Luna underwent a series of pioneering procedures, reported as around 6 surgeries, that dramatically reduced the pigmentation and appearance of the birthmark. Her mother has shared updates showing significant improvement after the treatments, though Luna continues to receive follow-up care as her skin heals and matures. Her story has inspired global support, drawing attention both to the challenges faced by children born with large congenital nevi and to advances in early intervention for rare skin conditions. Kim Goodman, a woman from Chicago, became internationally known for her extraordinary ability to protrude her eyeballs far beyond the normal range, a skill she discovered unexpectedly after being struck on the head during an accident. The incident caused her eyes to bulge outward unusually far, and she later found she could reproduce the effect at will, and sometimes even when yawning. Her unique talent earned her a place in the Guinness World Records, which officially measured her eyeball protrusion at 12 millimeters during an examination in Istanbul, Turkey, on November 2007, making her the female record holder for the farthest eyeball pop. Goodman's ability has been showcased in various television programs, medical curiosities features, and human interest stories, where she has described how this rare physical trait became both a surprising discovery and a defining part of her public identity. Our next story proves that even without a voice, someone can still be heard around the world. Isaiah Acosta, Born in Phoenix, Arizona, in 1999, entered the world without a lower jaw due to a rare congenital condition that left him unable to speak or eat normally, relying instead on medical support for breathing and nutrition. Despite being told he might not survive, Isaiah grew up using text and gestures to communicate and developed a deep love for rap music and lyric writing. His determination led to a unique collaboration in 2017, when Phoenix rapper Trap House lent his voice to Isaiah's first song, Oxygen to Fly, allowing Isaiah's lyrics to reach a global audience even though he had never spoken a word. Since then, Isaiah has continued writing music and advocating for people with disabilities, becoming widely recognized for transforming a profound physical challenge into a creative force and for inspiring others through his resilience, artistry, and refusal to let his medical condition define his identity. Nick, known on social media for documenting his life with neurofibromatosis type 1, has openly shared how this genetic condition caused benign tumors to grow along the nerves in his face, leading to significant facial swelling and changes over time. Although NF1 can manifest in early childhood, Nick's visible symptoms became progressively more pronounced as he grew older, prompting him to undergo multiple major surgeries to remove excess tumor tissue and relieve pressure caused by the growths. Through platforms like Instagram and TikTok, he shares his experiences to raise awareness about NF1, challenge misconceptions about facial differences, and highlight the medical and emotional challenges faced by people living with the disorder. Nick has discussed undergoing a third major surgery aimed at reducing additional tumor mass and improving his quality of life, while also using his visibility to support ongoing research into NF1 and to encourage others dealing with rare or disfiguring conditions. And finally, meet a man whose body defies every expectation, yet whose spirit rises far above all limitations. Claudio Vieira de Oliveira, born in 1976 in Monte Santo, Bahia, Brazil, entered the world with a rare congenital condition, often identified as arthrogryposis multiplex congenita, that left his limbs severely deformed and his neck and head positioned in such a way that his face appeared almost upside down. Although early doctors believed he would not survive long after birth, his mother chose to raise him with full care and determination, and Claudio gradually learned to adapt to his unique body, eventually mastering the ability to read, write, use a computer, and perform day-to-day tasks independently. After earning a degree in accounting from the State University of Feira de Santana, he built a career not only as an accountant, but also as an internationally known motivational speaker, traveling to various countries to share his story of resilience and self-acceptance. His autobiography further details his journey from a child expected not to live past infancy to an admired public figure, whose message emphasizes capability, dignity, and hope regardless of physical limitations. As we conclude this incredible journey through 20 extraordinary lives, what strikes me most is not the rarity of these conditions, but the universality of the human spirit that shines through each story. Every person we've met today has faced challenges that most of us cannot imagine, yet each has found ways to not just survive, but to thrive and contribute to the world around them. These stories remind us that being different doesn't mean being less valuable, and that the rarest conditions often reveal the most common human qualities: resilience, determination, love, and the desire to connect with others. Each of these individuals has expanded our understanding of what it means to be human and has shown us that the spectrum of human experience is far broader and more beautiful than we might have imagined. If you found these stories as inspiring as I did, please share this video with others who might benefit from these messages of hope and determination. Let me know in the comments which story resonated most with you and why. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Your support means a lot to us. And if you like to discover something unexpected and interesting, check out my video about the most extraordinary real-life discoveries ever caught at airports, where items that do not escape X-rays. Click on the card shown on the screen now. Enjoy the video. Thanks for being with us. Leave a comment, like to show your support, and remember to hit that subscribe button for more exciting videos. See you next time.